Hi, this is Vishal, and let's welcome back to this video. And we're going to talk about the long body. So let's get started right away. And uh, okay, so last time we finished on the small bodies. So let's get started with the long bodies now. And in long bodies, we have a few patterns, and those patterns start with the first one. We call it bullish engulfing pattern. Now, if you see this, there are bearish, 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 bearish candles, the red, red, red. And then there's a big green candle which engulfs the previous candle, which is kind of a small candle. So we will talk about this called as bullish engulfing. The bulls are engulfing the bears completely, and that's how it's bullish. Now bulls have taken charge. Now remember, this is a big body. Now if you remember the last time I said in the video, I said small body needs confirmation. So the big bodies don't need confirmation. So I can very well start trading on the same day once I realize it's a bullish engulfing, which can be as high as early as like 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning in the market in the afternoon. And by the time it ends, you already know it's a big white. Or you can even wait for 3:30 before the market ends. That time you can enter the market and get going. So it's a bullish engulfing pattern, which again, because it's a reversal pattern. Remember, whatever pattern we are learning right now, it's reversal pattern. That means the reversal pattern has to come after a trend so that it reverses the trend. Now, if this pattern comes in a sideways market, it does not have that much impact or influence. So you need to wait for a strong downtrend and then get going with bullish engulfing pattern. Now, similarly, if you have a bullish engulfing, the reverse of that would be a bearish engulfing. Now, if you look at bullish engulfing, is very similar to bullish harami, but the candles are interchanged. Like the red comes this side, then the small comes this side, and the big comes this side. But it's exactly opposite of that. So let's look at the bearish engulfing, which is also like engulfing the bulls. Bears are engulfing the bulls. And this bearish engulfing is a big red or a big black. So you can go and short this on this day. Of course, if you are trading on such a pattern or any pattern in candlestick, basically the high or the low of the candle is going to be a stop loss, or we call it the initial stop loss. And once we start making money, we can trail the stop loss by using a trailing stop loss method. All these types of stop losses will be covered in the later part of the program as we go to the advanced part of it. So let's go start with bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing, and then we have another part of that called as dark cloud cover. Now this is dark cloud cover, which the conditions for dark cloud cover is it opens higher after a strong green candle in strong uptrend. It opens higher and closes more than 50%. That line, dotted line, is 50% of the bulls. If we go more than 50%, then only it is called dark cloud cover. If it is less than 50%, the name changes to some other pattern. But what is the significance? That if more than 50%, it's good. More than 70%, it's very good. More than 80%, it's very, very good. And more than 100%, it becomes engulfing. That means engulfing is a stronger pattern than dark cloud cover. It's simple, right? And now again, if you forget the word dark cloud cover, what do you see? Bulls and then bears taking control. Simple. And if you have a dark cloud cover, the opposite of dark cloud cover is something called as piercing pattern. It pierces from below and goes more than 50% of the previous bears. And that's called piercing pattern. So what we get started with, opens lower, goes more than 50% and close at that. And we can start trading on the same day towards the end of the day. Of course, the low will be the stop loss if we go long on this, and the high will be stop loss if we go short on this. So dark cloud cover and piercing pattern. And the last one would be something called as tweezer top. Tweezer means double. Double means the first green candle, the high is same. The second red candle, the high is same. That means at the same high, the bulls are stopping, or bears are stopping the bulls from going above that high. What we call in usual language is called the resistance. And that's why we have to talk about double tops and double bottoms. It's the same thing, tweezer top. Two candle patterns are the same. Sometimes you can even have one small candle in between the two, and then the third, that means becomes the three candle pattern. So one green, then small candle, and one red, which has the same high. That's your tweezer top. And tweezer top, of course, is bearish. And similarly, we have tweezer bottom, which could be bullish, right? So it's not that you have to have the same kind of shape which is shown here. Tweezer top means the bottoms have to be shaped same. Means it can be a shadow, one can be shadow, one can be body, or both bodies or both shadows, but the low has to be exactly same or almost same. Like you can't go exactly like to the last rupee, but it's more or less the same. Like if it's 100 or if the second one is 100.10 paisa, something like that. So it's tweezer bottom or tweezer top. So those are our 4 patterns which we learned in this session and in this video. So let's go and check them out. Where do we find those patterns? Now, first of all, we need to find dark cloud cover, bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing, and let's go start with the same chart, or maybe we can, let's change the chart to Nifty. Everybody likes Nifty. Okay, so let's say I can mark some of the candle patterns like this. If you see, this is clearly a bearish engulfing pattern, engulfing the previous 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. Yes. And we can see this is exactly or almost the same. We call it as double or tweezer bottom. And if you see, this is a bullish engulfing, this is a bearish engulfing, but these are on the sideways market. So we are not so much keen on it. But this comes after a strong trend, right? Then we can call this as a bullish engulfing pattern, engulfing the previous body. And we also, by the way, you can keep watching the other candles which we learned in the previous video, doji. And then we have one major doji here. And then let's look at a dark cloud cover here. Sorry, not dark cloud cover, bearish engulfing. And then we have another set of bearish engulfing here. And then we have this, if you see, is not exactly a piercing pattern because it did not go through the 50% of the previous black, but it happened in the next candle. So you can wait for one more day, and then after that you can buy here, which confirms that's a piercing pattern. Remember, we can merge 2 candles. Now you might not have heard about this or seen this, but we will talk about this merging the candles in some later video in the advanced part. So that is also piercing pattern. And let's see some more patterns if we can see. It's like if you, again, now we'll combine this bullish engulfing, bullish harami, and then we have tweezer bottom. And let's look at some dark cloud cover. We can't see right now. If we have dark cloud cover, I'm looking for dark cloud cover, or maybe we can have one here. See, this is a white and it goes not more than 50%, but the second candle covers it. That becomes a dark cloud cover. And we have a tweezer bottom here, exactly the same highs. We have a tweezer top here, it's the same highs. And we have a big bearish engulfing pattern, nice one at the top, nice one at the top, bearish engulfing. This would be a piercing pattern. This would be a bullish harami. I know the way I'm spotting it, it's like because of the experience I have had in the trading and looking at charts for so long. So I want you to also get that level. Tweezer bottom come bullish harami, both are same. Remember, sometimes the candle patterns can have a double meaning or a double name because both conditions are fulfilled. And we saw most of that. We can have a piercing pattern here, more than 50%. And then there's a bearish engulfing here, and then there's a doji and a small body here. And there's another bearish engulfing here, and there's bullish engulfing at the bottom, and there's that's another bearish engulfing. So we saw some bullish bearish engulfing, tweezer tops, tweezer bottoms, dark cloud covers, and piercing patterns. And this was the video about long bodies. Now we'll get into another video where we talk about long shadows. So let's get started with that. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. And go in the flow. Practice after this session. Don't jump to the next video. Go and practice the way I practiced. Like now, I showed you some patterns. Go and see some charts, practice, and then go to the next video. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next video.